I'm Stan Adelstein, Stanford Adelstein, in Rapid City, South Dakota, just in the foothills of the beautiful Black Hills, probably one of the most enchanted and spiritual places in the world. Rapid City, what is it? Rapid City has about 75,000 people. It doesn't have much manufacturing, but it does have, it's a major tourism center. We have a very outstanding School of Engineering, South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. We have a new fine arts center. We have a Journey Museum, a very large medical community. Rapid City is probably the most progressive community. By and large, it's a very accepting community. It's pretty self-sufficient. Rapid City is profoundly affected by the presence of Mount Rushmore, because a friend of mine came up with the idea of these presidents on all the streets, and we call it the City of Presidents. I was then the chairman of the Rapid City Boys Club, and we had a debt, and I realized that we needed to somehow change the ethos, probably. So I asked my father, who was then living in Denver, a very charitable man, if he'd be willing to pay off the mortgage on the Boys Club and come to Rapid City and do it in a very public manner. Probably the first thing in town to be named for anyone was the Morris and Bertha Adlestein Boys Club. And he said, sure. And then his best friend, Boyd Leadham, was then chairman of the National Relations Board, very close to Eisenhower. Nixon flew out to give the speech about my father the night that the name and da-da-da-da. And from that time to this, that changed the whole attitude toward charity. And someone said to me, because the city was going to end elementary and secondary school music. So someone said to me at a symphony concert on a Saturday night that, you know, if they cut the music out of the budget, the teachers we have will leave, children who are not playing instruments will never play them again. The next morning, Sunday morning, the Rapid City Journal listed the amount of the cuts, and I'll remember forever. Music was $162,900. Well, there was going to be a public hearing the following Tuesday at Central High School. First it began in the theater, and there were too many people, and we went to the auditorium. I went up and said I wanted to speak. I got up to say, I've been giving a lot of thought to this, and that I will pledge, if the next budget, I was running at that time, if I'm reelected, I will pledge. No, I will pledge anyway. I'll pledge $165,000 personally, and if I'm elected, if this isn't necessary, it'll be in the Rapid City Community, Black Hills Area Community Foundation, because it's Black Hills Community Foundation, and will be used for other purposes, but otherwise it'll be available to the school board. It's an interesting aspect of Rapid City that I love. I remember one night, because I live on a hill, West Boulevard, where I grew up on 1702 West Boulevard. I lived in 1999, 2 blocks away, but in a house that we built. But it's on a hill, and I looked down over most of my district. I remember writing a letter to myself and later to went to the News Journal. I said, you know, it's the night before the election. As I look out my window and I see that flag standing out, I realize that most of the people that I'm looking at are of a different faith than mine. But nonetheless, I hope that they elect me tomorrow, and they did. That the community will have become a broader community than it was before, that the beauty of the area will continue, that my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren will remember what I said about seeing the flag the night before I was running. that somehow we'll make a change with the Indian people? See, this is what we are, though. This is what we really are. We're sort of universal because we're really almost a composite of America, or at least what America once thought it was. We don't have the economic highs, and we're not suffering very much now, and may not, as a result of this downturn. We're sort of the tradition American values. Overly polite. It's like in South Dakota, you come to a four-way stop, it's always, you go first, you go first, you go first. And it's always a deal about who's going to go first. But that's kind of the way we are. And it's nice.